Hello, everyone. My name's Alex. Not that Alex or the other Alex, but Alex Piskun, current founder of BOINC Synergy, current and third founder of BOINC Synergy. Let's go on a little bit of a BOINC project tour right now. Let me share my screen. All right. The best place to start for a BOINC project tour would be right on boinc.berkeley.edu. Science projects. These are current science projects that are running on the BOINC middleware system, the BOINC software system. Various projects, several have been here for quite a while. Climate prediction is one of those that have been here almost since the beginning, I think 2004. Einstein at Home, another excellent, great project that's been here for quite a while also. 2005, 2004. Newer projects, Denny at Home. It's had a couple of iterations with us. They are studying the heart, electrical activity of the heart. That's another great project. I'm going to stop saying great projects because these are all great projects as far as I'm concerned. How about Prime Grid? Studying primes, math project. Now, I have another list that I've been working on, all BOINC projects. It's a wiki list, and it has a lot of BOINC projects. Several projects that are active that are not officially listed, but are still running and are still interesting. Maybe something like private GFN server, which isn't actually a private project, but he's independent and likes to run quiet. But that's a great project. There's a few private, literally private projects. This one was quite interesting, and I believe we're going to go to an archive page of that. He was basically running encoders, personal encoders for his own personal files using the BOINC system. It wasn't open to the public, but it was very interesting. I have a list of 255 completed BOINC projects. A lot of these actually never got going. So completed may be the wrong term, but they were all projects that either tried to get going or did get going and completed. It's a huge list of lots of great projects that I'm trying to compile information on. Most of the links are web archive links because they're no longer active. You'll be taken to pages like this instead of the real URL. Some of the great background projects are live URLs, completed projects that are still up on the net waiting to greet you and accept you as a visitor. This one isn't that. I made a mistake on that one. And here's a live URL. a real URL that's visible to all. So yeah, I invite anybody to help me fill out the information that I have here. There's lots to go, especially in the completed projects. And the active projects are also going to require constant updates as far as operating system and maybe research for focus. It's anybody can edit this page and give me a hand. It's been a lot of fun so far, and yeah, it's getting to be full of info. There's a column, a BOINC radio column, which is pretty interesting. Marcus, who we'll hear from soon, has a BOINC project brief segment on BOINC radio where he discusses various BOINC projects, and they're all really good. And the links to them are here. Also, BOINC publications column lists, these are all sortable columns, by the way, kind of adds to the flavor of it and adds to the searchability of certain items you might want to know about. The screensaver column, which is a lot of fun too. But yeah, the publications will lead you to not that link, but maybe something like this. This is the BOINC publications list, which is available from the main page under science publications. And I've compiled a list of all the publications that I could find that were as a result of BOINC volunteers crunching BOINC projects. And there is an incredible list of papers that I invite anybody to go through. These are, I've learned so much just going through even just the highlights of these papers. It's a list that is definitely worth going through and being compiled as we speak. A nice feature is sorting by year, where you can go through the years of the publications. Yeah, that's really all I do want to talk about today. You can get in touch with me through boincsynergy.ca if there's any questions. I have a contact page where you can either email me or get in touch that way. Yeah, thanks for allowing me to speak to you today. If there are any questions, feel free to jump in and raise your hand.
Looks like we have a question from Marcus.
Hi, yeah. First of all, thanks for doing all of this, and thanks for compiling all of these lists for the community. But yeah, my question is, what was the process that you went through to actually make it? Did you do it all by hand? Did you go into some really weird internet rabbit holes to try and get the really old projects that have gone offline since years ago? Did you use any software? Give us a little history on how you did all this.
Right, that is a really good question. The way this list got started was with SETI at Home. I had a website that was given to me as part of the ISP arrangement we had in 2000, a little space, and I made it just a little bookmark spot for me to, let's see if I can bring that up. Just for me to find SETI at Home easily. honestly. And I kept adding BOINC projects as they came up. That list was eventually transferred to another page that I just kept compiling BOINC projects that I came across, and that list is what you see on that wiki page right now. That is my first web page. That is the first BOINC link I had to. At that time, it wasn't a BOINC project, but I consider it now a BOINC project. Study at home. And there's the web archive page of that. Interestingly enough, I think you can still download SETI at home through the web archive and run it and install it, but not be able to receive any work. Oh my, yes, there it is. SETI at home 3.03. Wow, that's still going to install on Windows 11, I think. Yes. Holy. Look at, I think I remember this. Yes. Well, that was a lot of fun. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a list I started way back when and just kept adding to my own list, really. And yeah, my sources were everywhere. Thanks for the question. Great.
Cool. Looks like David has a question for you. I'm trying to, there we go.
Hi, David.
So Alex, in the course of compiling the publication list, we located this sort of standard format for representing citations. I can't remember what the name of it was.
.res.
Yeah.
RIS.
And
Okay.
we arrange things so that you've been collecting the citations in those in that form, and then putting them into these files that are kept in a Git repository. So it's sort of the idea that we can use this list of publications for potentially different purposes. You know, we use them on the BOINC website, but if somebody else wants to use them somewhere else, they can do that. With all the information that you're collecting, I would encourage you to think about that same approach to, you know, instead of having it, you know, be in a wiki in one particular place, have it be in kind of a standard file format. I mean,
Right.
There's the list of projects that is shown on the BOINC website is populated from a file. It's actually a PHP file, but it could be in a, I don't know, JSON format or something like that. And you know, this information about what area of science the project is in, we actually have this sort of coding for the different areas and sub areas of science that is used in Science United. But we could sort of broaden that so that we and anytime I see information stored separately in two different places, it makes me want to standardize it somehow. So so maybe we can talk about that idea in the future.
Yeah, that sounds great. Really good. It's been a lot of fun so far. It can't be nothing but more fun. That's for sure.